Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your general messages for the first week in November. Let's get right into things. It's all about you. It's all about you this week. We have this new moon in your first house, right? In Scorpio. So we're going to have the sun in there. We're going to have the moon. We have Mars. And then Mercury on the 5th is going to be going into your first house of self. And then also on the 5th, Venus is going to be entering Capricorn until March 6th. And that's going to be happening in your third house. Before you even get into the messages, I was looking at your chart just now for the archetype of Scorpio, and I'm realizing there's sort of like this grand square energy having to do with Venus between your 12th house, your third house, and your seventh house. Very interesting because Taurus rules your seventh house, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. Libra rules your 12th house, and that is ruled by Venus as well. And Venus is going to be moving into Capricorn on the 5th, right before the end of this week. So there's going to be a lot of thinking, right, about what's fair, what's right, are your emotional needs being met? And there's going to be this call to actually really communicate this, having to do with any relationship that you're in, any relationship. It's not only marriage, it's business contracts, business partners rather, family members, people that you have soul contracts with, or even a lot of you may even be in the space of your wondering if the services that you provide to your public, if you're dealing with any sort of clientele, if you're feeling like you're being treated fairly, are you being compensated fairly, are things equitable, are things fair, right, in the way that something is rolling out in that way. So I just noticed that as sort of an aside, on top of the fact that you're going to have this illumination in your first house of self. Now, yeah, we have the sun and the moon in there, obviously, right? That new moon energy. Mars is going to be in there, and yes, then Mercury, and it's sitting opposite Uranus and Taurus in your seventh house. So there can absolutely be some sort of surprising element coming up within relationship, any relationship having to do with contracts, again, anything having to do with like the people that you, your clients, your clientele, where you're realizing that you want to make some changes because you're feeling like you need to change. There's going to be a lot of focus on change. But this is the thing that I want to ask you to please take note of this. Don't beat yourself up for anything. When Mars is in the first house, it's so easy for us to beat ourselves up, to find like, be very sort of abusive to ourselves, right? My cat's crying for you, Scorpio. So that kind of energy. Be kind to yourself in this energy. Whenever the Mars is in that first house, it's super easy for us to just beat the hell out of ourselves. And because it's in conjunct Chiron and Aries in that sixth house, and Aries rules the first house, a lot of Scorpios are beating themselves up. And please don't do that. Be super careful that you not do that. Okay. All right. Let's drop this down. Let's start pulling some Halloween cards for Halloween. This is Halloween here. Okay. Right into this. Let me pull some oracles. Those I'm not. We have the Six of Imps, the Two of Ghosts, the Two of Pumpkins, and the Hangman. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Let's pull a couple of these. Mending. Imagine. Let me pull one more. Fork in the road. Okay. Yeah. So, really trying to crystallize and distill in your own mind what it is that you actually want out of the situation, whether it's a relationship or a work situation, whatever it is. Because for Imagine to come up as the center card, let me bring these out. I can see a little better. For Imagine to come up as the central card, right? This is you really being able to distill and crystallize in your own mind what's necessary to either mend something and fix it, or maybe make amends, having to do with the situation, and then going in another direction because you are at the space where you feeling like a fork in the road. And what I do like with the Six of Imps, I like this energy for having to do with career, anything having to do with career. I really like this because this is about deserved success. Is great energy if you've been struggling lately, you know, an acknowledgement at work kind of thing. Even for relationships, this is beautiful. This is about feelings being shared and at least understanding each other a lot better, right? There being this deepening of connection and understanding. So we have the Two of Ghosts. So the Two of Ghosts is all about a really good conversation, being able to nurture something after a difficult time. For some of you, this can indicate meeting a new person in relationship. This could mean signing on the dotted line for some sort of new opportunity, which is really nice. So some new opportunities coming in. It's like good, good, good. But then why do you feel like you're in the space of needing to negotiate something? Because there's that you're getting this fork in the road energy, right? So on the one hand, on the one path, on the one road, you're feeling a particular way, and the other road is doing a particular way. Which one is making you feel a greater sense of lack? Because that's the road that you shouldn't take, the one with the greatest sense of lack overall. So you really are being called to look down the road a little bit, right? And ask yourself, what am I going to end up feeling the greatest sense of lack in? And when I say that to you, you're like, I have no idea. As the Hangman, this is a Neptune energy, and Neptune is very smoke and mirrors. It's very like, let me press the pause button and think about this. And what are you thinking about? Well, because it's Neptune, it's a very sacrificial energy. It's you asking yourself, am I going to be sorry that I'm staying in this? Am I going to be sorry that I'm allowing things to roll out in this way? Whatever it is, friendship, work situation, relationship, whatever it is. So, because on the one hand, I do see that you have this idea in your mind about what it is that you would like. You're on this journey of mending. You're crystallizing and distilling in your own mind what it is that you want, but you feel like you're at this very palatable cross in the roads. It does seem like that. So what's very interesting though, is that I see opportunity coming in, which I like, you know, that it does seem like that. So there could be some sort of like surprising new like contract offered to you, or something surprising happens having to do with, again, your clientele, something like that. But I feel like you're not going to feel very comfortable with whatever it is. It's also squaring that Leo energy in your 10th house, having to do with career, public reputation, standing in the world, and where it is that you see yourself going. So some of you may be in this space where it's like, look, where I see myself like right now, I don't want to stay here. I want to be somewhere different. I want to manifest something different. But there's also fear that's here as well. So let's pull a Celtic cross spread. Let's see what's going on. See what's going on. Okay, the Fool. Yeah, I mean, this is you. You really want to do something different here. No question. I mean, some of you just want to meet somebody new, just get into a new relationship. Others of you who are in relationship, you're all ready to do things differently. Others of you are just ready for a new path, a new opportunity, or a new approach in your current position at work, or some sort of, you know, new career altogether, or a new approach to handling that financial situation. But it is about that Uranus energy. So Uranus energy, and Uranus right now is hanging out in that 7th house for you. So what is the challenge here? The personal challenge for you for this new start is this Ace of Pentacles. So maybe the challenge is the new job opportunity is not coming in. The new relationship is not coming in, because Ace is brand new, and Pentacles can mean money, you know, or it can be mental, physical, emotional connection. And so you're feeling challenged by that. So maybe you did start something new, but you real like, I'm really not happy there. Or I want to start something new, but the opportunity isn't really coming in. Or I want that new relationship, but I'm just not meeting anyone that I feel I really resonate with. So we have the Wheel of Fortune coming into this energy, which is a turning point, fate and destiny stepping in. You needing to take you had to take a chance on something. Some of you in a space of feeling like you maybe wanted to get back with somebody from a past relationship, reconnect with a family member you haven't seen in a while, reconnect with old friends. You know, that's all this wheel energy, right? It's this idea of something coming back around, because it's a wheel coming back around from the past. Now, if this has to do with career or money, this does indicate good news came in, if you're resonating with it like that. But now you're in the space where you had to prioritize what's being asked of you, and needing to exercise a lot of integrity and a lot of balance, right? Because this is a Jupiter energy, and Jupiter is always in a very tight dance with karma. But some of you may be in this space where it's like you started something new, but you're really not happy doing it. For some of you, getting back with that person in a relationship and feeling very focused on doing things differently this time, but having a very hard time maybe with money within the relationship, or feeling very connected within the relationship. So we have the Hermit energy as the basis. This is a Virgo. Virgo is all about problem solving, right? Virgo is the landlord of the sixth house of problems, right? And so what does the Hermit want? The Hermit wants some solutions, right? So he wants to sit and look at the past cycles of a situation, whether it's that intimate relationship, that family situation, whatever it is. If there's some sort of repetitive cycle that's being experienced, the Hermit wants to look at the common denominator so that the cycle could stop. The Hermit doesn't want to keep repeating mistakes, doesn't want to keep repeating that, right? If you're in a relationship and you're resonating with this as relationship, the Hermit's all about, look, if we're going to work this out, we have to give a lot more energy, a lot more time, and a lot more focus to smooth over whatever issues we're experiencing in the relationship. And on the other hand, some of you may be resonating with this as like a career or money situation, which could indicate this need to step back and analyze what's not working, because you might feel like it's time to try a different approach or a different path, and you're realizing, you might be in a space where you're prioritizing your responsibilities. You're like, okay, what's important here and what's not important, right? You want to try to not make any long-term decisions just yet. This is a really good energy to consider all of the information really carefully. Just this month, probably not the best decision-making energy, but some of you may be thinking about going back to something from the past, at least tinkering with it. This is about assessment and letting go of the past and making a decision about the past and spiritually waking up to something about the past. And in that waking up, some of you may be like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I need to reconnect with that person and reconcile whatever situation happened. Or maybe I just need to reconcile with the idea that there's some sort of reality that I just have to live with within a situation, right? This could be that. If this has more to do with career or money, this is acknowledgement for your success coming in, which is fabulous. But you figuring out like, okay, hey, if I want to get acknowledgement for the talents and skills that I have and I bring to the table, I may have to do things differently. I may need to strategize in a different way. Very sort of. And you want to know too, for many of you, just because you have Chiron and Aries in the sixth house, and this judgment energy can also indicate kind of going back to a place that holds happy memories for you, to a place that like maybe an old home or something like that. Some of you may be doing a lot of healing, a lot of internal healing, a lot of shadow work from your childhood, a lot of realizations about why you do what you do, which is actually really beautiful. Could be going on here as well. Now, the recommended approach is the Knight of Cups. This is what you need to look at. Knight of Cups is a great energy, right? So Aquarius and Pisces, this is about a proposal coming in, very emotional time within whatever existing relationship this would resonate with you for. Very nice energy, but this is about you. The advice very specifically is be open to real. Be open to happy, and be open to connected, right? Be open to things that really resonate with you for all the right reasons. And this almost sounds sort of silly and Pollyanna, because don't we all ultimately try to do that anyway? But what does that really mean to you, right? You can't actually be open to real love because it's so subjective until you crystallize and distill what that actually means for you. What does that actually even mean for you, Scorpio? What does absolute happiness mean to you anyway, within a situation? Now, external to you. Now, this could be a person external to you, or just the energy that's surrounding you, is this idea of Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is the energy of negotiation, of needing to make a decision regarding more than one path. And you can feel a sense of lack in something, whether it's money, whether it's connection, whatever it is, but you need to decide here which pentacle needs to be put down. If this is the energy that's surrounding you, it's like this general feeling of the sub-narrative running through your life, like, I need to make a decision. You're getting up and you're living your days and all of that, but it's undeniable that you kind of have to make this decision at some point regarding either that job, that relationship, whatever it is. you know that some sort of decision is needing to be made. If you're not resonating with it like that, you may be dealing with a person in your life where they're at this, in this should I or shouldn't I sort of space as well. Not as well, but you know, external to you, where they need to decide what it is that they want out of the situation. Your challenge here is the Three of Wands. And so this focus on a new path, this focus on doing something different, it's your psychological challenge right now. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. You're just having a very hard time, maybe, you know, either cutting the cord, pressing that button, doing whatever needs to be done in order to incite this new cycle. Now, in the near future, we have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, great energy. It's about you stepping into your power, ideas popping, you having the strength you need to make things happen. All of your relationships feeling energized. This is a really beautiful Pisces and Aries energy in your near future. And as a result of that, that's inciting some sort of new, I guess, stage, we could say, right? Because the page really does indicate a new stage. But this is good news about if you're working on a project that requires negotiation, anything that requires negotiation, nice energy for that. This can indicate a really busy time at work. This can bring a new offer of a new job, a new offer of a relationship. And even though the status or like maybe the glitter, for lack of a better term, of a job may not be as high as you would like or expect, it may still appeal to you in theory. You just, as always, you want to just make sure you read the fine print before signing or agreeing to anything. But you're in a space where you're just very, very ready to express yourself, very ready to express yourself. So you may meet that person, but there may be something where you're identifying a possible sense of lack. You may even be starting a new cycle with somebody where you're identifying the sense of lack as well. So we have the Eight of Wands, excellent energy for those of you in relationship where you've been in separation. The Eight of Wands is actually quite nice, but this is a very busy energy. You know, good news coming in, lots of busy communication. Also great if you've been feeling held back or stuck waiting for a decision. It's good news for growth coming in, but there is this recognition that the reality that you're living is not in alignment with the reality that you really want to live. And it's not because of yourself, it's because of external circumstances. You know, sometimes we create things and sometimes things sort of enter our universe because they're meant to teach us something, right? So this Five of Swords would indicate that there's a lack of alignment between what you want, there's a lack of squaring, and the reality that's being lived because of either a person or a situation that's external to you that you don't have control over. So you're really much better off in this energy, you know, better to walk away with grace and deal with your anger and disappointment because you can't mitigate somebody else's stuff or the stuff of a situation that you can't control. And it's a minor arcana. It doesn't have to be very long lasting. Then we have the Magician, very nice energy. This is an energy for manifesting because it's a Mercury energy. And Mercury rules Gemini, which is about conversations, and Virgo, which is about problem solving. So we're having some really good conversations to problem solve. Beautiful. And talking about all of the lessons that have been learned as a result of some sort of experience here. Chariot energy is about making the decision to walk away from anything that's toxic and move towards something that's just positive, more towards your metaphorical home space. We have the Three of Cups energy, which is a very supportive card. It really is very celebratory, very abundant. This is an energy of excellent energy for new relationships. Beautiful energy for healing as well. Three is the number of healing. Two of Wands, yes, another Aries energy, right? So Mars and Aries energy. So there are two aspects of a situation that you need to consider. But this is about you moving forward. And for some of you, this can indicate meeting somebody new, a new romantic partner, possibly through work or friends. This could also indicate a great opportunity on the way, right? Allowing your star to rise and you just being able to move forward in a way that's really more in alignment with what it is that you want. King of Swords, stay in your mental realm. Don't allow your emotions to rule the show. Ace of Swords, new beginning. Very nice. Ace of Swords, I mean, this is really, because this is getting over past obstacles. This is getting what you want, thoughts becoming things. Very nice energy there. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a road to get there. Thoughts becoming things. You're getting what you want. Building blocks, one step at a time. Somebody else got this. I don't remember who. But taking it one step at a time, recognizing that, truly, like, Rome wasn't built in a day. And I could hear a lot of you from here already, because I do communicate with a lot of Scorpios who are like, I've been patient, woman. I've been putting in the damn work, but it really is about first this, then that, then that, then that. Just be kind to yourself as you do it. I will always say that when we have Mars in the first and it's quincunxing that Chiron in Aries, don't beat yourself up. Please do something kind for yourself. Do something kind for yourself. Okay, so let's see what's going on with an energy that you're dealing with, right? So that's what your energies say. Now let's see what they say in their energy. And always keep in mind when we do these sort of readings that it's very subjective. So this could have to do with an intimate partner, a family member, business partner, maybe just a colleague that you're dealing with, friend. Slide a little bit. See the cards a little better. The Hangman. Page of Wands for them. Page of Cups. See, they're all about wanting to move away from the toxicity too. I mean, this was, their energy coming in, Chariot energy. Things being expedited. And the Chariot, Chariot means like things happening quickly, right? I mean, even if it has to do with career, it's like quick changes in progress, some sort of business situation, right? Pushing it forward or bringing something to fruition, but whatever it is, we very exciting. You get the same thing. So this could be like a very positive energy when it comes to finances or something. You're gonna have to work really hard. So very relevant if you guys are dealing with some sort of financial situation with an individual, in the recent past. But right now they're feeling confused. The Hangman energy is a Neptune, right? It's about, first of all, they might be trying to figure out, like, where do you stand within this situation? Are they going to be martyring themselves and sacrificing themselves if they stay in this situation? They're just kind of confused, and they may be in a like press the pause button kind of thing, where there might not be any like real forward movement right now regarding this particular situation that you guys are involved in together. So what is their challenge is the Eight of Wands, which is communication, right? I mean, this is Mercury in Sagittarius. So it's like, okay, the challenge here is nobody's talking, right? There's nobody's talking about, if there is communication, the right things are not being discussed. Base of the situation is the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a personification of water. So this is good news about any sort of like emotional aspect of their life, whether it's like having to do with love, money, family, anything that makes them happy, whatever it is. This basis could also be a new potential partner. Could be business partner, could be intimate partner, being on the new, like right on the near horizon, like the basis of the situation. And then we have as the current situation is the Ace of Cups, which can indicate a new relationship, a new job. This can indicate fertility, pregnancy, something new that would speak to their heart space. This is very interesting because it's like they're wanting to move away from the toxicity. I'm not saying there being any real communication here, but yet the basis of the reality right now is this idea of new, whether it's new relationship, a new job, some sort of new something. So we have the Magician is the recommended approach here, which is, okay, time to have the conversation. Again, it's straight up Mercury. Have to have the conversation to solve whatever problems at hand here. But either you're showing up as the 10 of Wands or this is the energy that's surrounding them. It's external to them now. 10 of Wands is the card of overwhelm, just responsibilities, burdens, overload of demands. This might be you, right? Or, there might be a total and absolute neglect of whatever the situation is right now, just because life is so busy in other areas that you're not even dealing with the situation right now, or they may not be even dealing with the situation right now, whatever it is. Again, this could even manifest like in the workplace where there's so much basic work to do on a day-to-day basis that even though there are issues simmering, maybe the conversations aren't being had, even though there is this desire from them to have some sort of new beginning. So whether it's maybe they want to get a new job or they want to have a new beginning within this, this cycle with you. But their challenge is the strength energy. So they're having a hard time balancing something. They're having a hard time dealing with the testing of something. Something's been tested here, and there is a need for balance. And they're having a hard time with this. They're having, having to do with like maybe tensions at work due to ego, right? Having that feeling emotionally blocked and being able to resolve this through any sort of empathy. Maybe they don't want to deal with the situation. They don't want to deal with it. They just don't. They're ignoring it. They don't want to deal with the confrontation because they're struggling with analysis paralysis and they can't really make up their mind. But we have in the near future the death energy, right? This is your card. So for some, this could indicate a move, right? For others, this could indicate a relationship, if it has to do with a relationship ending as it was, so that if it's going to come back around at a later date, there's been some breathing room so that you don't get back into the same unhealthy patterning as before, because whatever has been happening up to this point hasn't been good for either of you. If it has to do with relationship, if this has to do with career or money, this could be a possible ending of a business connection that they had or an avenue of making money. Even if things are really difficult for them initially, something else is like right there for them, it does seem. And then we have the final outcome for them is the 8 of Swords, and them feeling like the situation, they feel trapped. Whatever situation they're in with you, they do feel trapped and they feel very limited, and they don't believe that things are ever really going to be able to change in any way that makes a difference. So we have this King of Wands energy, the Ace of Wands. So the King of Wands is they just want to be a free spirit and they want to start something new. So somebody may want to go off on their own. They want to go off on their own and start something new. Then we have the Ace of Wands being clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. So some may just be like, look, this isn't working out. I want to go and increase my prosperity, work on my financial growth. I want to go make good investments. I want to connect with other business partners, whatever it is. Them being in a space where they want to just work really hard to grow themselves, to become stable and secure, right? If it has to do with like a career or money thing. For others, it could be that they might be feeling in a relationship that something is missing, even though they would consider you to be loyal and dependable and all of that stuff, something missing, where maybe you guys communicate differently, that classic, oh, we have different love languages, but almost like it's just like this lack of alignment about what you each need, at least from their perspective. Clarifying that, we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is about feeling very fired up in their ambitions, events speeding up, blocks being lifted. Six of Pentacles has to do with inheritance, insurance, payout, family connections, getting help financially, you helping somebody else out financially. If it's not financially, it's like a emotional, mental, or physical connection. But it really is an energy of I have your back, you have mine. Six of Wands, very positive communication coming in for some of you. Feelings being shared, well received, very good energy, absolutely. So you're having the communication, but there's this, realization that they're very tired of whatever cycle you guys have been in, whatever's been going on. It's like they're feeling really defensive. And they're really wanting just to focus on themselves and focus on independent endeavors. So you almost feel like there's this breaking away, like if there's some sort of business arrangement, there's like a breaking away or a breaking away of within relationships, somebody just wanting to go and do their own thing and work on their independent endeavors and work on themselves and, all of that kind of stuff. But I almost feel like there's this, the splitting away, maybe a family connection. I need to go do my own thing, or a friendship, something like that. Or if somebody works for you, maybe them wanting to break away from that. Okay, we have to be fair. Let's pull one more. Fates. So there's this idea of fairness at play here. for them. Fairness at play. And then the fates. Something is very fated here that's going on. I feel like I need to pull them. Not for you. Again, this is for them. So it does seem like there's something that's sort of culminating. But there's been a lot. There's been a lot of heavy cycles here. So again, this could be you know, the energy of a career. This could be the energy of a relationship, a family connection. You know, one of your children, one of your siblings. I mean, they're not for you. Look, sometimes it's, you know, comes to pass that we have to love loved ones from, I would say, across the street or from a distance for now. For now, it doesn't always have to last that way, but it does seem for now. Something is very fated, having to do with fairness or lack thereof from their perspective. And it does seem like there is this desire to sort of break away because they feel like something is not working in their favor. So anyway, my friends, that is what I have for you for this particular week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next time. All right. Bye-bye.